Death Ball. I know people talk about the Death Ball, but I really like the Mason Shield. This is by far my favorite combo. He's got some gear, too. GG. Hey guys, how's it going? Firebox here. I want to share with you a warrior guide for Legacy, Steel, and Sorcery. I played this class for about 10 hours on stream and did not die a single time, if you can believe it or not. I want to go over my perks, the gear that I used, and a little bit of the general gameplay strategy that I used for PvP. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. First, I want to go over the traits for this class. You're going to start off with Master of Arms to carry a secondary main-handed weapon. You're going to grab Vitality for a max health bonus of 10%, and Advanced Guarding so you can sprint while blocking. Unless you're playing teams, do not grab Last Stand. This is a waste of a skill point because you do not care if you're down for longer, because you have no one who's going to be able to pick you up anyway. And Giant Strength, I haven't really noticed any points of time where this has been useful for me. Maybe I just don't know about when it's good, but I would recommend skipping this at least for the time being. For my second row of traits, I'm going to take Thick Skull to reduce my damage taken by 10%. Retaliation, so when I break block, I'm going to become enraged, which is really, really good, especially how it combos with your gear. And Pain Management, so when you become enraged, you absorb 15% of your max health in damage, which is really nice. And then you're going to skip out on Juggernaut here. I don't think this is really that useful. Maybe there's some niche uses for it, but for now, skip it, take it later. And then you are going to grab for the fourth set of traits, Executioner, so your damage is increased for every kill trophy you get. So the more players you kill, the stronger you're going to get. Flurry, so your charge gets enraged, which is really nice. Heroic Leap as well. Killing Spree, so after you slay an enemy, you gain 30 rage. This is really good for chain killing mobs, and if you happen to get PvP'd right after killing some mobs, you'll just already have rage to go, which is nice. And Wound Clot, so every 5 seconds, you're going to heal your wound damage, so you can use potions a little bit easier, especially useful in combat. Anchored Chain is currently bugged, I think. You're not supposed to have this until you unlock this trait. It's really, really good for PvP, but I appear to already have it unlocked at level 1. I don't know if it's just me or if everyone has it, but get Anchored Chain as soon as possible. If you have it automatically set by default, you can test it out by anchoring something and then pressing E on your keyboard, and if it goes down to the ground and chains somebody, it means you already have it. So I'll buy it just because at some point when I get to level 20. But yeah, just an FYI, this trait is currently bugged and you just get it by default. For your skills, I use the Mace and Shield, so I'm going to have Quake for the ground slam, and it also slows. I'm going to use Iron Grip, it's your only choice right now. Iron Grip is insanely powerful at dragging people towards you. Then of course you can chain the ground to stop people from running away from you. For your Fury, I'm going to recommend Rampage. This is just so good. Being able to just auto-attack at the moment you press the button seems best for PvP. I've tried Battle Frenzy, which lets you break out of different effects and then become enraged. And I've tried Raging Shout that incapacitates enemies. I don't think they're bad necessarily, but Rampage just feels really nice. Feel free to experiment with that if you like. And Engagement, Charge is 100% better than Heroic Leap. Charge is just such good mobility. Also stunning people that you hit. If you happen to hit them against the wall, they also get incapacitated, which is nice. Heroic Leap is just, I don't know, it doesn't seem like it works super well. I would just take Charge here. I'm going to recommend that you just use Iron Grip, Rampage, and Charge. I think those are just the best warrior skills at the moment. I'm going to move my camera for a minute so you can see my gear. I'm not super familiar with the types of gear and the different effects yet, so I'm just using what I found. My helmet gives me enrage when I charge. My shoulders increases my incapacitate duration when I pin people against the wall. Really, really good for charge. My plate allows me to generate rage when dealing damage to stunned or incapacitated players. My legs give me increased duration of anchored chain effect, which is really good. And my 2 rings give me max HP and stamina regeneration. And then make sure you use War Horns for PvP. This gives you rage, which is invaluable for utilizing your skills. It's so required for PvP. If if you don't have Warhorns, like, it's like an entirely different class you're playing. Just kill some wolves, get some copper or whatever the ore is called, and craft these because you're going to need them for player combat. Spears are also very good. You can throw them, they deal like 200 plus damage, and if someone jumps and you hit them with it, they'll also get stunned and drop to the ground and kind of tumble for a little bit. It's really good too. I'd recommend trying to grab both of these if possible. Now I want to talk a little bit about how I PvP. In a perfect fight, you're going to want a Warhorn first, then Iron Grip. Warhorn gives you full rage. Iron Grip will pull them towards you, stun them. If it's a rogue or a hunter, you want to do the anchor trait. Press E, and it makes it so they can't move that far away from you. Really, really powerful. If it's a warrior, just immediately rampage into them. I don't think it's worth anchoring them down. You want to just do as much damage as possible. And if it's priest, I'm not really sure yet. If you anchor them, they might just float above you, and then you can't touch them. If you use rampage, it probably works better, but they can also kind of get away from you anyway if they're playing correctly. I don't really know. Priest, you're gonna have to figure out on your own. You can kind of just gauge how I played. I think either one could be correct. And then if you do anchor, you want to immediately use rampage anyway, because after they can't move too far away from you, once you use rampage, they're kind of just stuck in a little circle, and you can just get a free, like, couple hits on them. It's really, really good. And then after that hit and you're done, if you have enough rage left over, which you should if you Warhorned, you can charge into them if they get out of the anchor, and this should let you finish off the kill. If not, you can always just hit them with a normal left click. Remember, you can always Warhorn multiple times in a fight. If you're out of rage, you need more, just use it again. You can also use spears if they're trying to run and you think you just need that range damage. Maybe your charge is on cooldown or whatever. Also, if you're going to use Iron Grip, you don't have to hold it forever, like you see in the little video clip here. Just click it, tap it when you're close range. It'll insta-go out and pull people towards you. It's pretty reliable, so I'd recommend just tapping it. And because we're using the Mason Shield, I do have access to Quake. It's not bad. It does damage and slows players. I have a hard time deciding when I want to Quake in PvP, because the reality is Rampage just does so much more damage. You're going to have to kind of just gauge while you're playing if you think the rage is worth spending here versus using Rampage instead. The slow can be good if they're trying to get away, but you're already anchoring most players that are trying to run anyway, so you might not need it. I'll leave that up to you. You have it. It's not bad. It does a little bit of damage. It adds the slow, but I don't know. It's okay. I think it's a little bit underwhelming compared to your other rage abilities, personally. I also want to briefly touch up on the default attacks the Mason Shield have. You can hold right click and then left click for a shield bash. Really good for PvP. If they're blocking, it'll break their block. And unless they're evading, they're almost guaranteed to get hit by it. Really, really nice. And then if you hold left click, you do a charge up attack. Honestly, I don't think it's that great. In general, people aren't going to stand still long enough for you to actually get the hit off. Just use your default attack, use your shield slam, and use your rage abilities. I would probably just skip over the heavy left click altogether. And that's going to be everything that I wanted to talk about for Warrior. If you enjoyed this guide, be sure to like the video, subscribe helps the channel, and sit back and relax. I have a lot of PvP I want to share with you. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Let's go ahead and get started. This warrior had decent gear, too. Ogre fat? Oh, that's massive. He killed an ogre for me. What a freaking god. What a guy. I gotta learn how to kill that freaking ogre, huh? That was a good priest. GG. Nice exit camping, buddy. That was a good... If you want to know what it's like to fight a good player, a good priest, there you go. I promise you, other classes are 100% capable of killing players, okay? That's all. Yes! Yes! Good game. That was a crazy fight. Oh man, that was close. I'm playing this game. You know, I enjoy playing it. I don't really have much other answer for you. Holy greens, man. That guy was kind of looted. I know his ass is low. He's lagging a little bit. Oh, that was a freaking... Yes! Oh, it's Lich! GG, Lich. No wonder. I was gonna say he had to be a good player. Just sweaty. You like that grapple chain on the ground so he couldn't run away? Sorry, man. He didn't evade a single time. He just, like, sat there and took it. I might have finally found a chance. No, I'm still getting chased by mobs. Okay. Bye. All that work, all that chasing, just to get killed. Alright, I might be making Warrior look a little OP at the moment. Oh, I need to grab that. Uh-oh. If there's even a chance that this man has scissors on him, I have to kill him. I'm sorry. I can't. I have to. Coming for you. Sorry, buddy. Might have messed up there a little bit. Hey, an artisan kit. Okay. Another one of these damn bags. The storehouse. Hey, this orc actually knows what he's doing. Yep. Anchor your ass down, buddy. Where you going now? Yeah, that's what I thought. Anchor, you're down. That's what I thought. That was a sweaty little fight. Holy shit. That was a good rogue. He actually was like playing the game. It's the first rogue I've seen that's actually done that. That's close. Is he even in good gear? Wow, that's crazy. He's not even in good gear. Well, that just shows you how strong rogue can be if you know what you're doing. That's nuts. Good play by him. His choice. I don't have any horns is the problem. With horns, this fight is like way more manageable. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the horns are so required for PvP for warrior, but I ran out, so it's a lot harder to fight this thing. I should have used the stamina potion in that fight. I don't know why. I completely forgot I had it.